Tight ends, who are we starting?
Kyle Pitts. Hey, he's had 2 good games in a row, double digits in 2 straight weeks against Seattle. This could be a high-scoring game as well. Seattle's defense has allowed 9+ fantasy points to 4 tight ends, including George Kittle and Hunter Henry, who both beat them for more than 18 points. So Kyle Pitts should be in your lineup. And I'm going to go with Cade Otton. Again, high-scoring game. Lindsay said she likes this game going on Monday night. He's had 27 targets over his last 4 games, and the Ravens have allowed 72.7 receiving yards and the 5th most points per game to tight ends this year. So if you're hurting at tight end, maybe you have Jake Ferguson on a bye this week, or maybe you've been playing Cole Kmet, who's obviously not going to play also on a bye. Cade Otton is a nice streamer.
Who do we not like at tight end?
Temper expectations for these two, because I think they're going to be in a lot of starting lineups. With tight end, it's such a bad position. I don't want to come out here and tell you, sit Chigakonkwo. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't help anybody. So I want to give you guys something to think about, and maybe this helps you in DFS. But Dalton Kincaid coming off of last week's game, it was, 11 points, and not bad. He lost a touchdown to Dawson Knox in that contest. The Titans defense, now they haven't faced like any elite tight ends, but they've held Tucker Kraft, who I'm going to talk about in a second, and Cole Kmet to fewer than 5 points. And just one tight end has beat them for more than 10.9 points this season. And Amari Cooper is now a Buffalo Bill, which maybe spreads the targets a little bit thinner at the tight end position and all of the wide receivers in that group. So I'd beware Dalton Kincaid, and I'd beware Tucker Kraft. And I had gone on a 2-week stretch where I said start him, and then he had 2 good games, and then I said, well, I'm going to ride the Kraft bandwagon while it's hot.
Yeah.
And it did not work out last week. He had a bad game. And this week he's got the Texans. They've allowed 1 tight end to beat them for more than 7.2 points. And that includes Kincaid and Cole Kmet. And, oh, by the way, only 2 teams have allowed fewer fantasy points per game to tight end than Houston. So keep that in mind. Tight ends, Lindsay, are averaging 21.5 yards per game as a unit against Houston this season. So it's not a good matchup for Tucker Kraft.